thought he was being grifted, was the term I used, and is used to being shysted in the city, especially by other little folk, and has learned that he can't really trust many things out here or people. And he decided to stick with his plan and not allow himself to be talked out of it by someone who's probably figured out what's going on and is trying to talk for their life. And then, as his body hit the water, the paper hit the ground in front of him, and he picks it up and looks at this picture, and then he looks out, and now Meat Sprinkles is 40 feet down the river. He folds it up, throws the picture in the river, and he starts dashing down the river after him.
Okay, action. So, as you're rushing down the riverside, like this water, it is flowing faster. Not that you can like full on sprint, but as I said, like basically for the equivalent of like a round of combat, so to speak, Meat Sprinkle's body is floating about 40 to 50 feet.
And to clarify the situation, because I specified that I led him like a kilometer away from the camp, there's no way anyone's going to hear us shouting. Right?
Yeah, hang on. Apparently, there's
yeah, I'm trying to fix it. Not sure what the issue is.
It's playing football.
Looks like it's good.
Okay, yeah, there we go. I can see my face move again.
We are on a much greater delay now, but we'll just have to deal with it because my internet's being stupid.
Can't really do loads about that. Sorry, everybody. We see what we can do. So yes, TJ, as you were saying, you're gonna have to repeat what you said because I got distracted by the screen.
It's all good. As I'm rushing down the river after Meat Sprinkle's body, which is quickly getting away from me, because I clarified or specified last session that I took him a long ways away from the camp. Like I walked him like a kilometer away. There's no chance anybody's going to hear us yelling, right?
Not your friends, no. Something else might. But...
Yeah, exactly. That's the decision I'm coming to. He quickly thinks about like shouting, almost half opens his mouth to, and then is like, no, bad idea.
And if you wanted to do a quick spot check,
I will do that. Come on, load. 3, 2, 1. It's nice that it has the counter at least. And the flick page. I think my spot check is 6. Let's see. Or my my bonus, not my check. No, it's a 1. That's a 1.
Right. Oh dear.
Yeah. So that's an 11.
Okay. You would, because how the river is situated amongst exactly, it's not like the trees go right up against the riverbed. There's like a small, like 20, 30 feet gap between like where the line of trees naturally and where the river bank is per se. So where you're running across, there's not really any trees above you or anything like that.
Gotcha.
So it's pretty open sky.
Yeah.
You would probably notice a somewhat familiar looking flying mammal, specifically a bat. But obviously, that's not your priority.
That is not my priority. At the moment, I'm trying to pull out the troll gut rope, and I am looking for trees that are on opposite sides that are like 100 feet downstream, because I have the intention of fully sprinting as fast as I can past him, getting down there and putting the troll gut rope from one tree, like attaching to it on my side, and then like going out with it wrapped around my waist and using the other side to lasso Meat Sprinkles.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, but these trees are easily over 100 feet tall. These are big trees, like big, like oaks, and think classical European forests. They're like Black Forest region, Germany type trees, like big, untouched areas.
Big, round, large-leafed things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, like first of all, you can sprint down. You have enough movement speed. If you do a full round run action, you can run what 4 times
120.
Yeah.
So I'm basically going to do that, run my full sprint action down, and then when I get to about that distance, if there's enough trees that it's just take my pick, then I'm going to go with a big solid one because I get like hundreds of feet of troll gut rope, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So because we haven't described this thing in a while, this rotting rope-like structure, which is made out of troll gut, which is what I keep saying quickly, is magical and extends basically at my command. So I'm going to sprint down my full distance and get, I don't know, I guess about 80 feet ahead of him. And I'm going to wrap one end around my waist. I'm going to lasso the other end off to the side and wrap it around like 5 or 6 or 10 times around the base of this big tree. And then I'm going to run out to the edge of the river, and I'm going to stand right at the edge as close as I can get without risk of like being washed away, because if I wash in, I'm no help to him. And I'm going to basically stand there with the other end of the troll gut rope waiting for him to come by, and then I'm going to throw the end out at him, and because I have control over it through will, I'm just going to will it to like wrap around his waist a couple times, then up around his shoulders and everything. And if I have this much control over it, I'm trying to get it to keep his head out of the water too. I don't know.
Okay. What I need you to roll is for trying to throw a rope at somebody. That is usually constituted as a ranged touch attack. If you could roll that for me.
I can do that.
And you're good at those.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. 29. Yeah. You hurl this rope in, and almost with, even if this wasn't a magical rope, if this was the most boring hemp you could find, you firmly wrap it around his waist. It's not like you do it badly. You don't like just get an ankle or accidentally wrap it around his neck or anything silly. Like boom. It's like you get it in the water, Minkle's unconscious body flies directly through the hoop in the rope, and you pull, tighten. You've got a good solid thing. It's tied to the tree as well, so you notice like the rope goes taut.
Perfect.
His unconscious body kind of flops around in the water, and you see it kind of bobbing up and down as the water is trying to pull him outwards, but you're stopping him from proceeding any further.
Okay. I'm going to like turn around, and because I have to brace myself against his weight going downstream, I'm going to use myself as the fulcrum, and I'm basically going to plant my legs against like a rock or something steady, and I'm going to first will that the rope from me to the tree pulls taut so that I have something to pull against, and then I'm going to start willing that he gets pulled back to me through the water, and as soon as I can, I'm going to flop him up onto the side so he's out of the water.
Yeah, that is absolutely fine. It's going to pull him in on its own. You do not need to make a strength check to do that because you would fail.
All right, I got it.
So yes, the rope starts, this essentially string of guts. It convulses and tightens, and you see it visibly condensing itself in as Meat Sprinkle's body is dragged up to the side, to the riverbank, and it keeps pulling up, and it even pulls up onto the actual grass at the side of it. I mean, it's not exactly delicate. His head will probably get slapped against the side of the riverbank a little bit as he gets pulled up.
Oh, he'll survive. That's the point, that he will survive.
Maybe.
Hopefully. No. If not, I only have one witness to take care of. What else can I say to piss Cody off?
One that can talk to me. That's some fun.
Teachers get paid enough. Oh.
Yeah.
I love you. Don't hurt me.
We'll see.
So, Flick, what are you doing now? Meat Sprinkle's body is slowly being dragged across the floor towards you by this convulsing rope made of troll guts. His body's just being dragged across the ground, like towards you.
I'll stop and get it to unwrap from him and just let him lay there, and I'll unwrap all this stuff and put the troll gut rope away, and then I'll run over and check and see if he's breathing.
He isn't. You can feel that his body is still producing heat. You can feel that. Well, actually, do a heal check.
Oh boy, there's a first.
Yeah, it's one of those skills which is actually really useful, but nobody actually takes points in.
Well, especially not me. Okay, that's another 1 bonus. Oh, healer's kit? No, I do not have a healer's kit. Do thieves' tools count as a healer's kit? That's a 7.
If the target in question is a lock, yeah, I'm going to heal this lock up. No, 7.
I'll make a
kind
case.
You kind of poke him. You know, like if you had a stick, you'd be doing the equivalent of poking the body with a stick, but you kind of
Pull a dagger out and turn around and poke him with the hilt.
The body twitches slightly, but there's no defined breath coming out.
Okay, so that heal check would cover my knowledge of like what to do in a situation like this, basically, right?
Kind of.
Can I make an
that-
intelligence check to just flip him over and see if I can have the idea to drain him out?
I was just going to ask, is there anything you can think of to justify that would Flick have any knowledge on how to help
Drunks.
Yeah, drunks, injured people,
Yeah.
anything like that?
I would imagine he's flipped a few drunks over so that they don't drown on their own vomit. I think he's got that as an idea.
That sounds like justification enough for me. If you want to roll him onto his side, as you do that, you hear a very meek cough and splutter, and you see some water come out of his mouth, but there's still not a defined gasp for air.
Okay, I put the dagger away and I kneel down beside him and I put my hands on his back and I just like, ugh, no.
You just kind of like slapping his back, going, "Get it up."
I changed my mind. I'm trying to like slap the water out of him. I'm like intentionally like hitting his back hard to like try and like force him to like whatever happens in that situation.
Yeah. You kind of like slap his back a little bit more, and you see him coughing up a little bit more water, and you hear like a.
Okay, I stop.
That's a
And see if he
disgusting
starts
sound noise.
getting
Just me.
air in.
I'm so looking forward. Someone's just tuned in, like, watching.
All right, so I fished his body out of the river that I threw him into. He's still unconscious, I guess, right?
Yeah. You get a very clear sense that like he is still like his body is trying to get its breath back, and it is really struggling. That's what these gargling, gurgling, just convulsing sounds coming out of his throat are. It's almost like there are gasps and wheezes which sound as if they're being blockaded by something in his esophagus or lung.
I can see anything in his mouth.
If you sit him up and like you kind of see like this what's the word I'm as you try and peer down his throat, you just see this like little blockade of water that seems to like be trying to
he
come
can't
up,
quite
but
get out.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
it's like
I
it needs a clearing. And
flip him back on his stomach, and I stand up and I pull the troll gut rope out again. And is there a tree bough above us?
Yeah, because you pulled him out using a tree.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was assuming. So I throw the troll gut rope up and wrap it around the tree branch, and then I wrap the other end around his feet, and I just tell the troll gut rope to pull him up by his feet and to literally go doing, doing, doing.
Hey, gravity can do it.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not giving him mouth to mouth. He can die.
As you wrangle the drowning man by his ankles to suspend from a tree, as he gets pulled up, are you standing directly underneath this?
No.
Yes.
Good. Because what happens is the first time the rope goes taut and pulls him up, his mouth opens and he does vomit out, which is entirely water. In fact, you can see one relatively small-looking fish
And it is a bit of poison.
flopping around as Meat Sprinkles are gone. And his eyes kind of weakly struggle to open, and he just kind of.
I go up to him. I bend down.
His eyes open a little bit more, and he just kind of goes, "Why am I wet? What?
How much do you remember of our walk, buddy?
You were convincing me that we should leave the group.
Yeah.
That I should fit in well with human peoples.
Yeah.
That Master wants to kill me. Or would let me die. I'm not sure. It's all confusing.
All right. I forgot about that part.
I had a drink, and then everything got sleepy.
Well, see, you had a real smart moment at the end there. It was a real smart moment where you realized what was going on.
What?
I poisoned the shit out of you, man.
Well, why?
You gotta be on your toes. We're doing rogue training. Bluff check.
Please roll me a bluff check.
All right, that's a plus 12. So 23. What's he got?
He kind of pulls a little inquisitive face. I mean, he's still dangling upside down, so when he raises an eyebrow, it's kind of inverted and looks.
Cow Mets, 7 months in
Holy
a row.
crap, Mets.
And kid, you get advantage.
Oh,
Oh, God. Like you needed advantage to kill me.
okay.
Now he's going to do it silently. I'm the one who's going to go missing in the middle of the night. No one's going to know what happened.
So, anyhow, as Meat Sprinkles is still dangling upside down, when he tries to raise an eyebrow, it looks very amusing. You know, it's upside down and backwards. He goes, "This makes perfect logical sense."
It's okay, buddy. You're going to get used to it. This is a game we used to play back in town all the time. If you fell asleep first, you wake up in the river. I just didn't know you couldn't swim. So here, I'm going to show you. Here's how much I trust you. I'm going to show you the trick. Okay? You know what the trick is?
Well, it's not stabbing, but that's usually the answer, yes?
That's definitely one of the tricks. That's definitely on the list for sure.
It's my best one.
Yeah, I know. We're brothers from different colored mothers, but
How do you know?
I remember we're talking about observancy, but seeing you're green. I'm not green. So the trick, the trick, and I pull out. Oh, you feeling better? You want to come down? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why don't you come? And I release the troll gut rope.
As you just say, like, you just command it to untie.
Yes.
Yeah, meat sprinkles drops onto his head.
Ah. Come
And
on,
he kinda-
Bro, did you get
buddy.
a tumble check?
Quicker.
He just
quicker.
kind of stands up and goes. "Mm." He'll take it, stand up, and go. "Mm. So, the game is to then try and do this to you."
You can try.
He gets the biggest, toothiest looking grin. You can see every single jagged, yellowed tooth. He goes, and the rest of the friends, we all play this game?
Sometimes.
It was fun, except for the nearly dead. But that's normal, I guess.
Yeah.
I will
He
make
is
plans.
nearly dead. But I haven't shown you the trick yet. The trick is, and just as I did on the way out here, I kind of,
Secrets. Meat Sprinkles is good secret keeper.
this is rogue secrets. This is like you and me kind of shit, right?
He like squints his eyes and gives a very definite like. Despite Meat Sprinkles being a very like happy, smiley, almost infuriatingly so person, this is like a brief, serious moment where he goes, "I got it. No, this is."
Okay. Sense motive.
You paranoid piece of shit. Go right ahead.
Yep. That's Flick's nature. He didn't.
Educated, but there is like an understanding.
The same kind of common sense intelligence I respect that gets you alive on the streets.
Yeah.
Except for when it gets you. I chuck them back in the bag. I take the other two. Now, here, and I take it out just like I did before when I offered him the shot, is the one I filled up for you. Here is the one I filled up for me. Take a look at these two. And aside from having a little bit of residue of liquor, I don't know, they're probably dry by now or whatever, but the one has a definitive oily texture on the inside. And
Flick has to mark specifically this one.
it's the position. It's always
Yeah.
the third in the stack, that's all.
Yeah, and
And
so
he
Meat
never
Sprinkles
lets anyone else touch his stuff, so.
Yeah, Meat Sprinkles looks at us. Sneaky. I would like to learn more sneakies.
We can do that.
Well, you understand. Meat Sprinkles is not a big person. Meat Sprinkles could easily be thrown around and murdered.
Yes, I do understand that better than anybody else here.
Well, Meat Sprinkles has no problem charging in to pre-murder before being murdered himself. Learning other sneakies is probably a good idea. Especially when we've got to go into big villages.
And if you're going to be around for a while, it kind of behooves us for you to be as good as you can be at these things.
So with that, Meat Sprinkles will he'll look at this and he notices and goes, okay, yeah, and sees how you're stacking up. I get it. This is how you do things, and he'll kind of go like, so what other sneakies do you do?
Well, I'm not going to show you all my tricks right away, but let's... Okay, here's one that could save you in a fight sometime. And you're going to have to practice it a bit. You're going to have to get good at it. But I walk right up to him like I did with, I think, Kid that one time. And I go up with like my hands